Restart. Okay, so hi guys. This video is gonna be, I guess, my first landmark in terms of understanding this API and understanding Java itself, because that's new to me. And so I have something that I wrote. It's the code that it performs a build order for the Terran race, and it uses not a stack. It's based on the idea of a stack, but I just use a list, and I use a class that I made called the order class. So I'm gonna go through everything that I've wrote here, so hopefully you can understand what I'm doing, and then I'll explain why I'm doing it, and then I'll run a demonstration. Okay, so the order class, or orders class, it's a class of orders, and the constructor will give the order a name and a type. And well, I guess I'll go down and show you an example of the instantiation of an object of that type, and those happen on start. And this is the only thing that I'm doing that's not efficient, but it's really just for demonstration purposes. Because what I'm doing here is I'm just queuing up, or I'm creating a whole bunch of orders. It's more than I think I'll need for this demonstration. I've got 8 orders for making supplies, 8 orders for making barracks, and 8 orders for making refineries. So for each one, if it's a supply, I write the name supply, and then I give the unit type supply depot, Terran supply depot. And then, yeah, so I do that, and then I put them all in a list called build order A, because it's just the first A. It's because I probably have other different orders to try out. But so this one is just make a supply, then make a barrack, then make another barrack, then make a supply, then make a barrack and another barrack and a supply, blah 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 blah. Alright, and then so I guess it goes up to 12. I think it was something like that. 3, 6, 9, 12 orders in total in that list. In each order it has a priority, which I'm not using. It has a number, which I'm not using, because I used this order in another, when I was just trying things out. Unit ID, which I'm not using. I'm using unit, I'm using the building type, which comes from type. How do I open this thing? Type, sorry, yeah. Building type gets type, name gets name. And, order name will be supply, or if the order name supply, then it gets the minerals to 150. I'm using 150 for all of them, but I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna put this down to 100, and etc. Yeah. So supply, barracks, refinery. Those are the names based on the order name that comes from here, and I'm using. So unit type is gonna get. It's not sorry, not unit type. Unit is gonna get an SCV that I'm gonna choose from whichever one they're mining. The building is going to be out of those 3 types. Weight, I don't think I'm using, but I'm just not going to comment it just yet. Started, as I'm using that, I'll show you why. Minerals, yes. Gas, no, but I will be. And finished, I'm using. Okay, so I will close orders, and I'll open Commander 2, which is the one I'm using. It's open already. So, in Commander 2, okay. So I have a variable number, which is going to be the index of the place I am in the list. I have a unit SCV and started as null, and then I'm going to give it an actual SCV. Order is at null, but it's going to be whichever order that commander is issuing, and the order list, which is going to be the list that the orders are coming from. So then the constructor gives the list, which is going to be build order A is going to go in there, and then it's going to be list. Those order lists, yeah. Okay. Then I have the 4 main functions. Get an SCV from the ones that are mining. Get an order from the list, whichever one is the number that we're on. Then check the progress of the order. Is it finished? Is it started? Is the unit actually building? And Otherwise, if there's no order in progress, or the order that's in progress is finished, then give a new order, or give the order that you got. And then this one is called do all of the things, because that's where I do all of the things. Get order, get SCV, check order progress, give order. So, in more detail, get an SCV. If the SCV is at null, get an SCV out of the ones that are Terran SCVs, and or out of the units that are SCVs and are mining. Give that SCV, print out SCV. Break out of the for loop as soon as we have an SCV. Easy. Get an order. Whatever the order list number is on that order at that index, if it's finished, put the order back to null and increment the number and print out the number, just my little check thing. Otherwise, if the order that the number is indexing is not started, and if the minerals needed for that order are less than what we have, then order gets that order list's index number order, and then then order dot unit gets SCV. That's, yeah, and then checking the order progress. If the order is not null, meaning if we do have an order, then if that unit at that I gave, that I put the order, okay, hold on, I give the SCV to the order. That's what I showed you up here in the orders class. So that unit goes, so I can try to show you where I give it the actual, once I get an order, I think, yeah, once I get an order, I give it the SCV. Then it checks the order progress. If the order is finished, order finished, or meaning if the SCV in that order is building, then order is finished, because as long as the SCV is actually constructing, like it's at the place where I need to construct the building, then I don't need to worry about it anymore. But if it's on the way there, then I have to worry, because I don't want to start the next order, because an SCV might try to race that one to the same spot because of the way we're choosing to find places to build. It's the first one that we learned in the tutorial. So yeah, so only when the unit is actually constructing a building in the place, then we say the order is finished, we put the SCV to null, and otherwise, this is if the order failed. So if the unit failed because we didn't have minerals because something else used them right before the unit got there, then the unit will go back to mining minerals. In that case, I will set the order started to 0, because when I'm giving orders, it checks if the order started. If the order is not null, and if the order is not started, then that unit gets the SCV. Wait, I thought I did the... Don't tell me I'm doing that in 2 places. Okay, I guess I am doing it in 2 places, so it was redundant for me to write it there. I didn't need to. But so it does that, and then it puts the started flag to 1. Then it does a tiled position, which is the very basic one from here. You remember this if you've seen this before. And then it does all that, and I have a few checks: gave order, build tile, done, whatever, and then it does that. So that takes care of everything from making sure the order gets done, and then this do all the things happens. So yeah, this is the on start. This is where I'm writing where I'm instantiating all of these objects, and then on frame, after the loop of basic stuff, I do all of the things. All of the things. And the basic loop, all it does is, if there's a command center and I have the minerals to make a unit SCV, and yeah, and I'm not lacking supply or something, and it's not training one already, then make an SCV. And then if there's a worker that's not doing anything, find a mineral patch and send it to it. That's all the on-frame does. That's all from the basic starting tutorial. So yeah, so now I guess I can show you running this code. So, oh no, I'm gonna have to show you my. Oh no, I won't have to show you my messy computer because my messy desktop because I have Chaos Launcher right here. Am I right? No? Fine. How about this? Oh, no desktop for you. Okay, up one channel, up one level. Oh boy, start it. Should have done that before. Okay, go. So, if there's no bugs, if everything works fine, it should go through all 12 orders and then hit a null pointer. So just watch this. Yeah, and I have it printing out the order name and type of everything. That's the instantiated orders. Didn't really need to, but it helped me check stuff at the beginning. So, starts building the first supply depot. Yeah, so it's every time it hits 150 minerals. Starts building a barrack. Now supplies at 11, so there's command center will be building more supply, more SCVs. Next barrack.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
What? Nothing yet?
Job finished.
Should be building the next barrack, oh, next supply, so yeah. Building another barrack. Over here.
Job finished. SCV good to go, sir.
Building another barrack over here. Nothing, they're not going to be training any units. I could have put that in, but I wanted to make sure I have this thing done. So if Zerglings come, I'm sorry, you know, you're just going to have to, that's just how things go sometimes.
SCV good to go, sir.
Yeah, another supply, another barrack. Zerg? No.
SCV good to go, sir. Job finished. Job finished.
Another. And you can see the number is at 9. The 9th order's been given, or the 9th order is going to be given.
SCV good to go, sir.
Barrack.
Job finished.
11.
SCV good to go, sir.
12, so that should be the last thing that needs to be done. I think it's the supply depot, is that right?
Job finished.
Then after that,
Job SCV good to go, sir.
it should just be making SCVs. Alright, so
SCV good to go, sir.
I will stop this before the Zerg come. Error, no point. Yeah, okay. So thank you for watching. I hope, you know, hope this was informative. I'm just glad I have something to show. It's been a long time of working on this. And, yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. How do I turn this off now?